He's doing this on the display.
This floor is a little damaged. My apologies to the shirt, and I'll pay for it. I can afford it. I guarantee you that tonight, if anyone's here over 46, you're going to be offended. Just be aware now. I'm going to say the word butt a lot and ass a lot. It is allowed. It's in the octaves. It says ass or ass.
Hold on. It's in the octave.
Are there any questions?
It's in the octave.
No. Anything else? I'm actually going to speak tonight. Thanks so much for the warm welcome. As I said earlier, you guys are so starved for celebrities. You'll get whatever you can get. In this case, a big, weird, nerdy character actor from a middling TV show. Hey, it's NEBY. Let's bring up, you can shout up, but I'm going to shout you down. I'm going to speak from my heart tonight, folks. It's going to be a little weird, because I'm so GD funny. Say GD. I'm here. Anyway, let's show quote number one. Can we show quote number one, ladies and gentlemen? When I figured out my schedule and I could make it here to NEBY Fest, and thanks so much for having me in all seriousness, I did a shout out to my spiritual posse. I have this great online spiritual posse, and this is no joke. How many of you have a spiritual posse you can turn to online? Well, that's pathetic. You guys need to give yourself a spiritual posse. Seriously. Whenever you have a dilemma, whatever it is, at school, at work, at teaching the faith, in organizing a devotional, anything you need, have that group of people you can go to. Have that group of 6 or 8 or 10 or 20 people that you can send out an email and call for help. And these people have helped me so much, my spiritual posse. And I said, well, you know, here I am, a minor television celebrity, incredibly successful. Sex symbol. What should I say to 800 youth in Connecticut? And I got an interesting series of answers from people. I got emails from all over my posse. And, for instance, my uncle, the great Rhett Wiesner, said, talk about love, because that's what it's all about. Focus on love. Tom Lysat from LA wrote back and he said, he just had one sentence, why should we obey anything? Susan Hegarty wrote back, she said, the individual investigation of truth, because this is what youth want to hear. Yes. Mark Bamford said, tell them about your personal story. Give them your personal story as you as a Baha'i. And someone else wrote and said, you know, put the focus on the core activities. So I'm going to cover all of these things in the next 20 6 minutes. Here's quote 1. Can you guys read that? It's kind of small. Well, I should have had a bigger font. I love this quote. I can't even read it from here. It's basically, someone once sent me this, and you get behind quotes, build a little file, and then put them in your little file. So make sure you save them in your file. Someone sent me this, 4 things that Baha'u'llah loved in a person. What's the first one? Shout it out.
Enthusiasm and courage.
Great. And the second one, you over here?
Faith, grace, and radiant countenance.
Okay. What is that? What's that about? Third, what's up? Yes! Hallelujah! Can I get a hallelujah? Fourth, what is it? This is a good one. Great. Now, we can all just grade ourselves on these really quick. First, pretty good on that one, B+. Second, breathe, count and smile, C. Third, I think I'm doing pretty good on that one. I'd say B+, A-. And fourth is I'm like D. I'm failing that. I gotta follow this talk through. But let's hold these things in mind, dear kids. Dear children of America. So I'm going to cover all of these different things in a little bit tonight, and here I go. So basically, my story is that I grew up. I'm going to start there, and then I'm going to cover all those other things today, and it's going to end up sounding great, but you're not going to carry, or you're not going to remember a thing. So I'm just going to suck. Basically, I grew up in Ohio. My dad is sitting over here. He raised me a Baha'i, a very loving Baha'i family, very strange family, but a loving one. We'll get into that later. And basically, in 1986, I moved to New York City, and yes, folks, I was 20 years old at that time. I was going to NYU to study acting, and I stopped being a Baha'i. I literally said, you know what, enough is enough, I'm done with this, and I left the faith. Yes. I like to talk about this a little bit because I've gained some insights and I have a few things to share. Why did I get into Baha'i faith? What profound, soul-stirring, brilliant, fully realized, fully concocted, and sound foundation reason did I have for leaving the Baha'i faith at that time? I was pissed at the Baha'is. I had moved to New York and I couldn't get a peace bulletin. I couldn't get like a bulletin. I kept like trying to get a bulletin to find out what peace were, and they wouldn't send me one. And then no one would talk to me at feast because I moved to New York. And it was really, feasts were boring. And then they pointed me to the youth committee. They couldn't send me a bulletin, but they pointed me to the youth committee. So I tried to organize this youth committee, and I tried to get everyone together before the days of email, so there was a lot of like messages on answering machines. If people even had answering machines in 1986, I can't even remember. This was like before Cheers. No, that's not right. I know you guys are young. Anyway, why you weren't even born then? And then I organized it, got everyone, and said, let's meet at the NYU Lounge. And we met at the NYU Lounge, and there I sat, and no one showed up. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm done. And this is, I hear some applause, I hear some groans, I hear some things. So don't worry, it's all going to turn out great. And you guys are going to be enthused, inspired, and love a whole lot more than ever. No one leaves the faith of Baha'u'llah. The reason I wanted to address this is I sense as I speak to the Baha'i youth of America, there are a lot of very active youth and very energized and charged youth, more energized and charged and spiritually grounded than I've ever seen. And there's a lot